Hello and welcome to On Your Lane. This is the best place for you if you're an ambitious person who wants to take charge of your life, you want to make great income, you want to make great impact and live a fulfilling life. And today we're talking about how to find international opportunities from Africa as a professional. I'm doing this video because about a year or so ago, I had no idea that there were opportunities that existed to professionals in their careers outside their borders. I could see here and there people who'd get jobs with UN and other international NGOs, but other than that, private companies, multinationals, very rare to see. And I didn't think there was a pathway. It wasn't even an occurrence in my head that there could be pathways that exist that allow you to really transition to a career outside the country and you could come back. Every time I saw people go out, they were going out because they had no plans locally or they had no prospects locally and they'll just go and never come back. But for a person who is ambitious and they want to stay in their country but they're looking for opportunities for a season or for a time, I didn't think that was a possibility. And so building on that, after being exposed to a whole different dynamic and to a whole different developed world, I have seen that there is so much we can do, there's so much we can tap into. We are now in a global environment, a global economy. We experience the negatives that come out of that, but we can also experience the positive that come out of that. So when economies crash elsewhere, we experience it. When there's war elsewhere, we experience it. How about experiencing the positive as well? The jobs and the opportunities, the exposure and everything that exists. So this is to help you if you're an ambitious professional who thinks maybe there's no way I can move at this point, or there's no way I could find opportunities. You're comfortable, but you're looking for more. Maybe you have reached a ceiling in your space, in your country, and you're thinking, could there be? I'm here to tell you that you don't have to move into the health sector for you to find opportunities abroad. You could stay in your field. You could use your expertise as leverage to get a lucrative role outside your borders. Why would you want to do this? First of all, the exposure. I've just mentioned that the exposure, the experience, whilst working in a different economy will build you and build your CV. Even if you want to go back to your country later, you won't go back to the same level because you have grown. Another thing is the financial impact. Working in a different economy, especially when you're coming from a third world country into a developed country, you find that your financial standing changes. There's a positive impact to your financial standing. And if you're a sober person, you're hardworking and you know why you're moving, this can be a very, very positive move in your finances. And you can lead to tremendous investment back home or even in the country that you moved to. The other benefit is the exposure and enlarging your network. If you are just staying in your local country, you have your local influence there, but there are prospects, global prospects that exist, whether for your business or for your career. If you network at an international level, you attract international opportunities, and that could mean international money. What I mean is different currencies and different level of impacts. Sometimes one product sold across the border to another country brings in a different reward from one that is being sold locally. The same product, the same person, just a different audience. Overall, I believe that there are many benefits that can be attained as a professional who decides to find international opportunities. Now, I know that you could say, oh, I know all that and I really want to find international opportunities, but they just don't exist. And this is what this video is for, to show you how. So I'm going to share some avenues that are going to help you find international jobs. Stick around because I have a bonus tip towards the end and also a master tip that will blow your mind. Okay, let's go. So having talked about the benefits, let me speak just about a few mental things that you need to prepare yourself for. First of all, resilience. You need to know that this is not like a click a button and it's done. Although it could be that, and that could be a rare scenario, but most of the times you need to have resilience. You need to try and keep trying and build the mental capacity to keep pushing in spite of rejections. Number two, you need to be clear what you want. So many times we're like, I just want any opportunity. No. Be clear, because opportunities are many, and in bigger economies you find different spectrums. Just accounting will have transformational accounting, analytical things. You find management accounting, financial accounting. Then you'll find tax. Then you'll find different types of tax. Then you'll find risk, different types of risk, like different spectrums of one thing. So you have to be clear what you're looking for and do some research into that field that you're interested in, that country that you're interested in, and see what is on offer. If you're just looking for everything, then you'll find nothing and it'll be confusing. So having that clarity, I want to work in risk, I want to work in the financial sector, I want to work in health, I want to do this kind of work specifically, will help you move forward. The last thing is be aggressive. Be aggressive doesn't mean just grab things and just be violent, but it means that look for it. And when you see it, Position yourself correctly. Ask for what you want. Demand what you want. Show your value. Don't be shy about it and hope that an opportunity will just discover you. Be aggressive. All right? So, how do you find these opportunities? Number one is online job boards. The internet has been a blessing in so many ways. In the past, if you wanted opportunities in Europe, you had to move to Europe. If you wanted opportunities in Australia, you'd have to move there. If you wanted opportunities in Africa, you'd have to move to specific countries in Africa. Not anymore. You can go online on these specific job boards and identify opportunities that are relevant to you. You can see what is possible. You can see what's on offer. You can have discussions with different people, and then you can tap into opportunities that would never exist where you are. So be present in these online job boards. Don't be present like just chilling there and waiting for opportunities to find you. Work on your profile. Let's say LinkedIn. Do you have a profile on LinkedIn? Do you have a profile on Glassdoor, on Indeed? There's so many different job boards that offer so many opportunities. I remember moving to the UK and wondering who was employing all these people, because I thought these jobs were being recycled. Like last week's jobs are the same ones going on today and next week. And then I found that, okay, almost every week, every day, there were new jobs being added to the market, new vacancies being added. And that was strange to me because I'm coming from a place where vacancies are limited. Being present on these job boards will expose you to different economies and what is available there, and it will allow you to try your luck, to test the waters without really losing anything or investing too much. My favorite job boards: LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Monster, Reed, Indeed. There's so many, but those are just a few. Depending on your field, you can search. I know there are some job boards for tech, some job boards for healthcare, some job boards for lawyers. I actually saw a job board for hotel workers. That was very interesting to me. So be present in these places. The next thing is to network. Be present in places. They have seminars, they have groups, online and offline, conferences, forums. You know, these places where people in a specific field meet up and share ideas. Be present in there, not quietly, but communicate with others. Share your point of views. You'll find that when you share your point of views, you connect with like minds. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know what opportunities they're meeting. You don't know how they'll remember you tomorrow or the next day. So be present in these forums. Attend conferences. Show up physically and show up online. There's so many conferences that happen. And I know that as a professional in the past, I never cared. If it was an online conference and my company is not paying for me, offline conference, my company is not paying for me, I'm not showing up. But if you're a person who's looking for opportunities and you want to invest in yourself and you want to grow, you want to achieve something, then you have to start to invest in yourself by paying for these conferences, by attending online classes, by attending masterminds, webinars and stuff like that online, and then being physically present to opportunities that exist. You could be in Malawi and there are some opportunities like a conference in Zambia, in South Africa, in Tanzania, just in your area, in your region. Attend those things. Don't just wait for your company to sponsor them. If they can sponsor that, that's great. But if they can't, save up for these. These things happen annually and they just provide a platform for you for exposure. So be present online, offline, to these networking events. And I know that sometimes networking can be intimidating because you think you have to be there, give your CV to everyone, give your business card to everyone, and it's just rigid and you're just looking, what can you give me, what can you give me? No, just aim to create relationships, aim to add value to someone. So if you're going to this conference, what do you bring to the table? How can you help that presenter who said something? Instead of just thinking, I'll meet them and they say, I'm looking for a job. No, think of, what do I bring? How can I add value? How can I help you? What angle can I bring to this table to think, oh, maybe you didn't think of this possibility. Did you consider it? I remember a friend of mine, there was a new CEO in the company and she had an idea of how this CEO should operate and what he should do. And I was looking at her thinking, girl, let it go. But she was like, I feel it strongly. I want to talk to him and just give him my point of view. And I was like, sure, go do it. She went, talked to him, and they laughed and she moved on. She thought that was nothing, but in just a couple months, that guy remembered her because there was a vacancy in his office and he wanted someone there. He remembered her from that conversation. She made an impression. And so networking is more about you bringing value, bringing your opinions, being bold about it in a kind way. Of course, you don't want to come off arrogant. Nobody wants to work with somebody who's prideful. So you want to come in, listen to people, share your point of views in these forums on and offline. You want to learn. Sometimes you have nothing to say, but learn. Ask questions. That is networking and it is really powerful. Another interesting thing that I have understood and learned about networking in developed countries is that you go on these platforms like LinkedIn and the like, and you identify the company that you want to work for, and you find employees who are there. You can scout and see who seems favorable, who seems kind, and who seems open, and then you can ask them for a referral. You can develop a relationship with them. You don't have to be fake about it, but you can say, I've seen opportunities in your IT department. I was wondering if you're willing to offer me an internal referral. And in the companies that I've worked for, there is an amount that you're given, like £2,000, £4,000, different amounts if your referral turns out to be someone they employ. So it's something that is win-win. It's not like you're just asking for a favor, but you can ask for a favor, and if you have the valid CV and they look at you and they think, oh yeah, I could offer you an internal reference, that really helps you. Right? That helps you, but it also helps them, because if you turn out to be the right person for that job, they get paid for it. How amazing is that? I didn't know that. I really didn't know that, because I always thought, why would anybody want to give me an internal referral if they don't know me? And why are they helping me? But then I realized they have incentives internally to say, if you bring references that turn out to be valid, that turn out to be employed, you get paid for it. In recruitment agencies, they do the same, where they go like, oh, we'll give you a voucher for £500, we'll give you a voucher for £1,000 if your reference turns out to be solid. So that's something to really leverage on. The other avenue that you can use to identify and attract opportunities internationally is recruitment agencies. Recruitment agencies are different from online job boards, because online job boards are just open to different employers, different agencies, different individuals, different SMEs, different anybody to post their vacancies, and you can interact as you see fit, as you want. With recruitment agencies, it's a specific organization that is committed to getting employees for specific companies. So the employers with their vacancies hand over to these agencies, and these agencies get on the hunt to fill these vacancies. If you find a good agency, they will engage you, they'll see your strong suits, they'll support you, they'll coach you, and they'll be able to send you to right prospects, right companies, and it can be a game changer. Sometimes agencies just are specific to a specific company. So it may be a big company, like I say Google, and they just work with a specific agency to recruit in a specific field or in specific vacancies. So when you find an agency, you have found somebody who you can partner with in your job hunt. I partnered with so many agencies, and it was so interesting to see that you get calls and meetings and engagements where they're just trying to see how you're positioned. And so when you meet this agency, you're not meeting them and thinking, oh, okay, please help me. No, you're meeting them, giving them your CV and selling yourself to them, selling your ability to learn, your adaptability. You have to practice how to speak as well, because I see that that makes a difference. When you're talking to somebody and you can't articulate clearly, they get put off, especially when you're a foreigner, because your accent could be heavy. So you need to really make effort to be clear, to be concise, to be direct, to be friendly. So you should work on those interaction skills. But with a great agency, you'll find that opportunities become easier to find, because they know what is in the market, they know gaps. And I had these amazing agents who'd say, I don't have that kind of job in my space, but let me refer you to my friend in the same company who can help you. And I was thrown around different agents, and it was really, really helpful to build my confidence, because it's like a small interview that you're doing with these people. At the start of these interviews, I was clumsy, I was scared, I didn't feel like I deserved anything. But over time, I had talked to a number of agents, I became confident, and I could sell myself confidently. So look out for recruitment agencies. A few of my favorites are Resource Solutions, Manpower, Hayes, Michael Page, and Morgan Hunt. These are mostly UK based, because that's where I am at, but I'm sure whichever country you want to move to, you can be able to apply this same principle and identify recruitment agencies that are relevant. Another avenue is embassies. You can use embassies to identify opportunities in their home country. This is also a very networking kind of setup. You can go to these embassies' websites and see what they have online, but you can also network, because most embassies have these interactive events. Most of the times they're exclusive, but you can find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. I found myself at a few embassy events just by positioning correctly, hanging with the right crowd, or basically asking, do you have opportunities for this? I do this, and I would like to just interact with people. So most embassies have these interactive events, networking events, and when you position yourself yourself correctly, you find yourself in those spaces, and you'll be able to have inside information about the opportunities that exist in their countries. And they'll be able to tell you how to approach those spaces, how to approach those opportunities. And sometimes you could be blessed and find that they even have opportunities that they can pass on to you. So this is very networky as well, but it's something worth looking into if you're looking for international opportunities. Another avenue you should explore is company websites. Most big multinationals have vacancies all the time. And that was mind-blowing to me because that doesn't happen where I'm from. So if you go to, let's say, big banks, there are about 300 banks in the UK. Can you imagine? So big banks are many. So if you look at big banks, you look at big real estate companies, big hospitals, different places in your field, you find that they have so many vacancies. You can find that they have different programs as well, maybe internships, maybe conferences, maybe they have a fellowship, whatever it is. Company websites provide so many opportunities that you can tap into. So identify 5 companies or even 10 that you're interested in and go to their websites and see if you find any opportunities there. The thing about company websites though is that you have to be willing to do the work. I remember looking for opportunities and getting to company websites and saying, no, I'd rather do this on LinkedIn. Why? Because on LinkedIn, there's a button to apply. So I just wanted a button to apply. I wanted to upload my CV once and just press to apply. But if you're doing that, you should know that more people who are also lazy and who are also disinterested, who are not as aggressively looking for opportunities, will do the same. So you'll find that when there is a click to apply option, there'll be like thousands and thousands of applications, mostly people who don't even qualify, but because they can just click and move on, they'll do it. So if you go to company websites, you will have to do the work. There's not usually a click to apply. You'd have to upload your CV, then they'll ask you to fill your CV in again, and it can be like, what? Why should I do this again? But if you're looking for opportunities, I think it is worthwhile. I did that with one company and I got that interview immediately. Like it was just within a week they called me for an interview because this is them. They're looking for opportunities and you're applying directly to them. And so there is this fast turnaround and you can develop a connection even with the employer beforehand because you're already interacting. So don't sleep on company websites. Go there. Don't be lazy, shake yourself up and say, I'm going to be diligent, look at what they're looking for and position your CV correctly. Sometimes you find that your role is in finance and you're looking for financial accounting, but they have another role, they're calling it credit analyst or something, and you look at it and say, I can do this. It'll be a stretch, but I can do it. So you can adjust your CV and then go there and attack that opportunity. Fill in all those different pages because sometimes they're like 6 pages. So I have been exhausted before and be like, oh my goodness. And sometimes they're like, okay, create an account. I'm like, I don't want to create an account. Don't be like that. You will repel so many opportunities when you do that. Company websites are a great resource for international opportunities. So look into it, go through those 6 pages. Yes, it's exhausting. You just uploaded the CV. They're asking you about your date of birth again. Do it. Just do it. It works. And I like the connection that you create directly with the company that is looking for talent. The other avenue is social media. We are all on social media, most of us, and we're playing around there, we're reading this. And I find that most people who are on LinkedIn or on any professional social media platform, they tend to have negative point of views. Like people are just trying to show off. I'm looking for opportunities here. They don't want to help us. No. This is social media. People are attracted to value. People are not just attracted and following you and helping you because you are saying, I want a job now. There are many people who want a job. There are many people who are looking for opportunities. So don't be on social media just grumpy and waiting for people to do something for you. Post your point of view, post insights, share, comment, engage with people. And now follow people strategically, people in the field that you're looking for. If you're looking for a job at Google, Microsoft, and other companies, follow people in those spaces. There's small and medium enterprises that are growing and you're interested in and you're like, I would like to work for this company. Go there, follow them, comment on their posts. Those people who are really engaging. You're making yourself visible to the right people. And most of the times, these people in these companies who are active on social media will post vacancies. And sometimes they'll post opportunities. And that's when you will be able to see them because you have been commenting and engaging with them. They become part of your circle. They become part of your network. So be strategic on social media. Follow the right people and the right companies. If you know nobody from that company, just go to the company and start to see who works there. You can actually search that and just interact with those people, comment on their posts, see who posts a lot, engage. It's an opportunity that never existed in the past. Your ability to go into, let's say, Google and say who is working for Google and who's working in product development, who's working for the accounting department, what are they doing, who is posting, and start engaging. You're enlarging your circle, and you'll be surprised what opportunities will begin to make their way into your space. All right, so my bonus tip is to tailor your CV to the opportunities that you're applying for. In the spirit of laziness and in the spirit of being exhausted, sometimes you're like, okay, I'll just use this same CV to this company and that company and that company. Sometimes it works, but usually it doesn't. So you want to see the keywords in the job description for the company you're looking for the opportunity you're looking for, and then make some adjustments. You might not need to change your whole CV, but you might need to add in some things that a specific role is looking for. So if they are saying things like analytical, they're saying things like risk management, they're saying things like IFRS, stuff like that. So you go to your CV and make adjustments, and when you're applying, please tailor your CV to the opportunities that you're looking for. You don't have to do this for every opportunity, but it does help for the jobs that you're really, really interested in to have your CV tailored. The master tip is to pray. Prayer helps your confidence because you need your confidence. Prayer helps your resilience because you need that as well. Prayer will move hearts of people who are looking at 1 million CVs, and they'll look at your CV and they'll be like, I want to see what this person has to offer. Prayer goes ahead of you to soften things that are hard and to enable you to take hold of the opportunities as they arise. Prayer will change your mindset. Prayer will pave the way for you. Prayer is powerful. Pray intentionally. Look at my video from last week where I talked more about prayer. It has been a game changer for me. I'll tell you that I didn't know all these things when I came here. So I was learning as I went, and it was really, really disorienting because you'll be like, I should do this, I should do that, and you're learning as you go. But prayer will help you be resilient. Prayer will make you attractive to people who shouldn't even look at you. Prayer will help you in many ways. So pray, learn to pray, and apply prayer to your process. And I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, please drop me a comment, like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to grow this tribe and help many others elevate their lives. And if you want to connect, I love to connect via social media. So check the links in the description. There will be my social media handles where you can holler at me and we can continue to connect and grow. I'll see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.